gentlemen, it is officially, let's call it Fight Week. We're in the first week of the Open, so all the training has been done, and now all that's left is just to be really nervous and anxious about what the workout's going to be. It's another episode about the CrossFit Open, and today I have with me, as usual, Sion, and also a first-timer on the Mono Radio podcast, Jesse.
Hey guys.
You got to say hello as well. There's also some people who just listen to the audio.
This is an audio one.
Yeah.
Hi.
Jesse, you got to say your last name. I was going to try and say it, but
Herrick.
Herrick. That's how you pronounce it.
Herrick. Now, I haven't always been able to say Herrick. I used to say Herrick when I was a kid.
No rolling
speech
R.
impediment as a kid.
Couldn't pronounce my R's.
Really?
So Jesse Herrick.
Herrick.
So don't blame you, mate.
Oh man, I'm glad I didn't have a go at that one. Let's start a little bit with you, Jesse, because it's your first time on. How long have you been a member at the Mona, and what got you into it in the beginning?
I started off at the other location across the road. I think it was August 2018 I first joined. I'd called Sion, found him on Google, I think, and said, hey, mate, I want to get into CrossFit. I want to compete. What's it going to take? He's like, ooh.
Wait, was this actually the first call? You said you wanted to compete.
Yeah. I said, mate, I want to get into this. Like, I'm keen as.
Did Sion just hang up?
He's like, he goes, why? I said, it's just all about, pushing hard, getting fit. He goes, yeah, that's sort of part of it. Come in for a trial and see how you feel. Like, pump the brakes, Yeah. So I came in for a trial and was massively humbled by the level of my fitness and the skill of everyone else. And it was, and then I took a little hiatus when I moved offices into the city, and I went to the city branch of the Athletic, and then COVID struck, and then I wrapped up my office in the city, was working from home for a little while, and came back to this gym. And then Sion also said he's going to renovate upstairs. Do you want the office? So it all fell into place really well. So it's been now almost, 2018 to now.
Yeah, it's funny because when you were training in the city, you were still doing like random sessions out here as well.
I'd still come here on a Saturday, just to keep in touch with everybody because it was a great crew.
Yeah,
I didn't want to lose that too much, so I kept it up as much as I could. And the city was good to train in, but different sort of environment and stuff. And he's been great.
Did you do the Open then in the city?
I tried in 2018. I did the first 2 workouts, and I pulled my shoulder doing a toaster bar.
Oh shit!
And then
my.
And then I had to pull out because I remember the third workout was like handstand walks or push-ups and all sorts of shouldery stuff. And I thought, no, I'm out.
Yeah.
And then
shoulders is a kind of a common one, hey?
Yeah.
Good advice for newcomers this year. Just
Did you try to do the RX version?
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I tried.
How long were you doing CrossFit for that?
I was a couple of months.
Yeah.
But maybe a good note on that. So now, even if you only have done CrossFit a couple of months, there's a scaled, there's 2 new division, 1 new division, but 3 divisions all up this year. So I'd say this year, even if you only have done it for 2 months, you can still do the Open, and you can also not injure your shoulder.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind. There's different variations of it, and Jesse kind of jumped headfirst into it, I think.
It's such a huge difference now because we used to, like, say back in 2018, we wanted to get everyone a part of it, but we were also in the back of our minds, we're hesitant to like push people to do it or encourage them to do it because it's like, something like that might come up with a toter bar and we haven't even taught them that skill yet. So back then it was like, all right, everyone jump in on, and then it's like the first workout's released and you're like, oh dear God.
No.
Like, oh no, not Jesse Herrick. No. But then this year with the double scaled, it's like we literally can encourage anyone to do it this year. Whereas back a couple of years ago, we're a little bit more hesitant to encourage people.
Maybe wait till next year.
Yeah,
for sure. So also should say, for people that don't know Jesse, you might think that he trains there all day, every day, but you actually work upstairs as well.
Yeah, I do work upstairs, yeah.
You're renting the office space upstairs.
I can vouch for Jesse. Like, I don't think anyone's got the self-control to stay upstairs as much as Jesse does. Because like when we were first talking about it, when we're going to be working in the same spot, I was like, dude, we'll bench at midday together. But he's so like strict with his work. It's like, Jesse, you want to? He's like, nope. Like, it's like, so you've done pretty well there. I thought you'd be down here way more than what you are.
I can't. I get too anxious. You know, I have to be out there doing stuff. I manage on a Friday afternoon. I can call it quits and come down and train with you.
Not last Friday.
But outside of that, not last Friday.
Yeah, he stayed up at work last Friday.
Do you own is it your own business that you run?
Yeah, it's a recruitment company.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is mine, and trying to grow and having a good time. It's a great spot. I love being able to train in the morning and just go straight upstairs with that energy.
Oh,
you don't have to go home and then go off to work. It's like I'm here. You know, it's really good.
So you're super hyper on like 7 a.m. calls.
Oh yeah. I go up there. I go up there and I stretch. I stretch for a little while.
No, you don't. You play the piano.
Play the piano.
You play the piano.
Stretch your fingers.
Because like straight after here, Jesse will go upstairs. And I'll go sit on the computer, and then for the next hour, I just listen to Jesse play the piano upstairs.
Oh, that's awesome.
It is. It's so good, actually. I've actually heard his progression as he's gone through like his lessons and stuff. Yeah. Maybe we can we'll go up, record some, and play some on the podcast for everyone.
I'm learning a new masterpiece, so give us a couple of months.
Okay.
Oh, that's great. All right, so today's episode is common questions about the Open, and there's a few people that surprisingly have submitted some serious questions, also a lot of not so serious questions. Surprise with this group that trains here. But I thought it was a good idea maybe to have Jesse in as well. Jesse, you can ask whatever you're curious about with the answers that we come up with, and because it is, in some ways, it's your first Open. Although you have done half of one, but this is you're a bit better, Nick, this time, I think.
I think so.
Cool. All right. Anything you want to kick off with, Sean, about the Open? Obviously, it starts. This will probably be released at the latest on Monday. So if you're listening to this on Monday, Tuesday, the Open is on Friday. Anything else? Basics?
I think they're like real basic stuff that I wanted to get across to everyone as well. Is that, so we're going to be running it Friday afternoon. We find out the workout at 11 a.m. Friday, so we don't actually know the time frame of the workout. So it could be a 7-minute workout or a 20-minute workout. So we won't actually know when our start and finish times are until about 11 a.m. You need to be on our Facebook group, our community page, to be able to see heat times and stuff like that. And something I wanted to let everyone know is there's no class on a Friday afternoon. So if Friday afternoon is a staple day that you train, I highly recommend jumping in the Open and using that as your training day. You don't have to compete. You don't have to look at the leaderboard or anything like that, but enter yourself in the Open because there won't be a class on Friday afternoon. The priority goes to everyone that's doing the Open. So if anyone that trains on a Friday afternoon and you're thinking of not doing the Open, go and register, just come in and just treat it like your normal training day. So that's something I wanted to get across because I've heard a couple whispers of like, oh, I'll just do the Open workouts on Friday, but I'm not going to enter. And I just want to give you the heads up. We will prioritize everyone that's entered before that. And we've already had 43 people that entered. I think we're going to end up around the 60 to 70 mark. And logistically, getting 60 or 70 people through a 20-minute workout on a Friday night potentially is tough. So the priority will go to the people that have paid and entered the competition. So if you want to train Friday afternoon and you prioritize it, enter the Open. Even if you don't care about it, it'll still get you a spot to train on Friday.
And you might have answered this just through all the stuff you said there, but just to reiterate, roughly what time is the first heat of the Open on Friday? And obviously, you don't know the last one, but generally, how long does it run?
Yeah, so usually it'll run from 4 to 7. Yeah, usually. And so there's a couple factors that are determined there. It's like how many people we can fit in a heat. So say, for example, it might be a 10-minute AMRAP, but they might require, like this year, say...
It'll be easier this year, I think.
Yeah, because of the equipment, it'd definitely be easier. But if it requires boxes, we only can have a heat of 7 people at one time. So if we've got 70 people, we need 10 heats. If, for example, it's a 20-minute AMRAP, you add that up over time, we might start at 4 and finish at 8 o'clock or something like that. We've had in the past 7-minute workouts of just burpees. I highly doubt that's going to happen this year.
No. It's coming back.
Yeah. One of Kimbo's favourite workouts of all time.
Week 1.
But we had one workout where it was 7 minutes of burpees. We could do a heat of 30 people with that. So, it's going to be a hell of a lot quicker. So, logistically, we won't know until about midday on a Friday. But I would say, as a general rule, it would be anywhere from 4 to 7. We'll try to get everyone finished, get everyone home at a normal time and stuff like that.
So, just for the listeners, like Sean said, the workout gets announced at 11 a.m. Then Sean and Tash will know the equipment and the time frame. Then they'll work out the heat times, and then they'll post those heat times available on the Facebook group. And you can go on that Facebook group, Facebook post, and put your hand up for a certain time that you want to do your heat in. Is that correct?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
So we'll put up there that it goes every 20 minutes and there's 8 people and you literally just post that you want 420 and then we just go top to bottom. So first in, best rest.
Yeah.
And we just work down the list of giving people their priority times. Yep.
Cool. And maybe this is a good time to ask the question as well. What if I cannot do it on Friday, but I want to do the Open?
The submission time is 11 a.m. Tuesday morning. So you have from Friday 11 a.m. to Tuesday 11 a.m. to do the workout and submit it. If you cannot make it on a Friday, I highly recommend it. Trying to make it, but obviously people can't. You can do it any time, Saturday, Sunday, even Monday morning while there's a class on. We can get someone to judge you on the side. Like we will make sure you get it done. If you've paid the money and you're interested in doing it, we will make sure there's a spot there that you can do your score. If you're traveling, every CrossFit gym in Australia, even around the world, is doing this. So if you're traveling and you're down the coast or up the coast, we've got friends with gyms all over Australia. So just yell out and we'll organise you to do it at their gym as well.
Jesse, what's your plans? First question, are you doing it on Friday afternoon?
Yes.
Okay, now what's your plan for the Friday? Are you going to watch the announcements? Are you going to plan out your meals? Are you going to have a nap? What's happening?
All of the above. And that was going to be a lot of my questions today about how do you prepare for this thing? You know, like I've never really competed in any sort of sport or athletic competition before. And so I'm trying to think to myself, well, Friday, the day of, obviously I'm going to watch the announcement and watch the guys do it and all of that. And listen to the last podcast, and Sean and you suggested not to try to create your plan based off how they do it.
That's a great tip.
Well, you can this year because Fraser's not doing it. So maybe you can beat all the other people.
But what do you do? Like, I've been trying to structure my eating a bit more and training in the afternoons over the last couple of months, just because I'm a morning guy usually. And so I've been bringing back my meals to 4 hours even before I train in the afternoon, and that seemed to stop me feeling any sort of indigestion or anything whilst I train.
Sluggish, yeah.
Yeah, but what else can we do, like on the day of? How do we prime? And also on top of that, mentally, like what are we doing to really get in the zone here? Like what can you do? What do you guys do?
Like the first tip I would give is like don't change anything. So say, for example, if you usually train at 5 p.m. on a Friday afternoon, for example, best case scenario, and you usually eat at 3, don't go and start like carb loading on the Thursday night. Don't go buy like a new pre-workout this week and try like get that extra couple %. Usually the things that you're going to change are only going to have a negative effect on you. There's probably nothing that you can do that's going to change drastically. Like one of the biggest things, especially if it's your first Open, is the anxious nerves, the excitement, the adrenaline, like, because there'll be a crowd in here and it really adds to that. And especially as we get older, we tend to like shy away from that stuff. So I think for a lot of people, like controlling the mental side of it is having a really clear idea of why you're doing this. So like my purpose this year of doing this Open is just to beat Jesse.
I had a dream about it last night. We had to redo the workout in the dream.
Oh, yeah, what if it is a last showdown?
So obviously that's a joke, but what I mean by that is if you're doing this like purely because it's your first one and you're setting a benchmark for yourself to beat it, but then you get caught up in the excitement of it, and then all of a sudden you're racing someone else in the middle of it. Like the best way to stay mentally strong on this is just remember why you're doing it. 1, you're doing it for fun. 2, you're doing this to compete, so you need to take this seriously. 3, you've got a friendly competition going on, because I know there's a few people in the gym that have done that after Jesse and I sort of said that we're going to go head to head. So have a really clear idea of why you're doing the Open, and don't absorb other people's like goals and stuff like that. Like you need to be really clear on why you're doing it. And remember, like it's the CrossFit Open. This is fun because it as much as we all joke about it and there is a competitive aspect to it as well, this doesn't determine who you are or what you're like as a person. This is purely just for fun.
I'm hanging a lot on it personally.
But yeah, that would be my advice. Like to wrap that up is like don't go change massive things this week because of the Open. It's like if you know that you eat 4 hours prior, don't go and change anything like that. Don't start adding new foods in. Don't start carb loading. Don't all of a sudden start eating keto and fasting this week. Like things that you change this week might have a negative effect.
It is a really good question, though, because a lot of people do, generally on a day-to-day basis, you don't really think too much if I eat an hour too early or an hour too late. And you're obviously very aware of when you're eating, Jesse. But I do find that some people panic a little bit on the Friday because, one, it might be a 20-minute workout or it might be a 6-minute workout, and then they're like halfway through it, through the day after the announcement, they're like, oh no, I need to eat more. I don't want to be too hungry. I don't want to be too full. And then it's like all over the place. But I think it's very individual, right? It sounds like you're eating 4 hours before your training. You like Sean said, stick to the same thing, probably eat very similar. But one thing I don't personally like is going in too full. I'd rather be a little bit hungry going in. Because if you're too full, it's just
not a nice
it's
feeling.
a nightmare. Yeah, it's just you're just too heavy and sluggish. And you'd be surprised, like even if you have, like let's say you ate way too early lunch, it's a big workout, but then you're like, oh, I can't eat now. Having like half a banana or something really light that'll give you a bit of energy, that's probably going to help you. Personally, I take on a day like that when I know I haven't eaten enough and I know it's a big workout, I'll have just the liquid carbs. So I just take the glass of dextrin. That works for me. But because I know that'll give me energy, because also you don't want to be 13 minutes into a 20-minute workout and then like feel real flat. You know? So it is a challenge, but it's something you should have kind of worked on a little bit before this week and not this week.
Yeah.
We've actually been working on it with Jesse. We've been trying a few different time frames and stuff, which I
4
think
hours is great.
I don't want to speak on your behalf, but I think that's made a difference.
Mate, huge difference.
Yeah.
The first few times we trained in the afternoon and I'd eaten a couple of hours before, like I thought I was going to puke. I was so crook. I couldn't run or do anything.
It's the worst day.
You just can't. It's really bad. It really slows you down.
Unless you're only back squatting heavy.
Yeah. We were eating while we're back squatting.
Just like steak and chips like half an hour before training.
And I just want to expand on that like throughout the week. So not just on the Friday, but our programming at the gym is based around the Open as well. So what I mean by that is the Thursday, for example, typically if you're going to train, you're going to take the Thursday as more of like an active recovery or complete recovery. Our programming will reflect that. So I've got the program up here, but this Thursday for the CrossFit guys and girls, we got some strict work to start with, like a 15-minute for quality. So it's not going to be super taxing on your joints or anything like that, or your hands especially, stuff like that. And then the conditioning piece that we got is just a really on the 3 minutes to 21 minutes, and it is just like a flush out on the rower and bike and stuff like that. So the Thursday as well, to expand your week out, treat your week as normal. The Thursday, if you want to do something, the programming is going to reflect that you're about to do something on the Friday. The only thing on our behalf, and speaking for Luke here, who does our programming at Star Strength, he obviously doesn't know the workout till Friday. So we need to have an educated guess at what the Fridays are going to look like, especially as the weeks go on, because movements get eliminated that we've already done. So we'll try to do the best with our programming, but we don't actually know the workout until the day, so we can't program specifically. You might end up doing thrusters on a Wednesday, and you might end up doing them again on the Friday, but that's just a part of the game, really.
It's tapering week anyway, so take it easy.
Yeah. And we've seen over the years as well, this year's going to be a little bit different because it's only 3 weeks, but most people, because they go so hard on the Friday and then they taper throughout the whole week. By the third
5
week,
weeks of tapering.
Yeah. By the third week, they're 20% less fit than what they were when they started, because their training weeks have changed so much as well. So, and that's going back to my point before, is like, don't change anything. If you usually train 4 times a week or 5 times, keep on that. Yeah. If you usually do Friday afternoon and Saturday morning, do the Open Friday night, come and train Saturday, get back into your training, because over 3 weeks, the fitness level on the last Friday is significantly different to the first Friday. And
people are different as well. We had a talk about this with, I can't remember who it was at the gym, but because they were asking should I take the Thursday off now because the Open's on Friday. And again, ideally, you'd want to know that about yourself beforehand. So I know for me, I definitely want to take the Thursday off, and I've done that for years. But I have trained with people that have to train on Thursday, even if it's a little bit lighter and they're moving. If not, they're just way worse on the Friday. So they might take Tuesday or Wednesday off and then kind of be in that groove of the training. But I think it's very individual.
Yeah, Johnny Fletcher the other day, he came in, he had 2 days off, rest, like perfect sleep, good food, and came in and trained and just felt like terrible, shit. Yeah. He's like, I've just had 48 hours off and I feel terrible. So he would be the perfect example of someone that should train on the Thursday if he wanted it to like do his best on the Friday. Yeah. I think you're pretty similar to that, because you're so active.
Yeah, I took yesterday off, and today, training this morning, I felt pretty sluggish and heavy. And I was thinking, man, I'm really well rested. I slept good for 2 nights, ate well, but I didn't feel that great.
Yeah, and to Kimbo's point, that's everyone individually. Yeah. I've had the whole week off.
Yeah.
Killed it.
Didn't feel great this morning. Surprise, surprise. 7 days off.
All right, let's go into a couple of other questions here. There's a very specific one. Do I have to pick which version I do? Scaled, RX, foundation, etc.?
Yeah, this is a question that I got quite a lot of like people saying, oh, what should I do this year? Should I do RX'd or scaled? And I think we didn't really get the point across in the first podcast that we did. But what happens when the workout comes out, you actually get to choose week to week what you do. So for the first week, it might be box step overs and burpees. It could be that. More than likely, everyone can do that RX. There's not many people that won't be able to do that. So they do the first week RX. The second workout might be 135-pound snatches and bar muscle ups. When you read the workout, you go, okay, I'm going scaled this week. So you don't actually have to determine what one you do. As the workouts come out, you can determine this one's more suited to me, this one's more suited to me. So yeah, that was something where I think people thought at the start of the Open, they have to go like, all right, I'm RX'd. But yeah, you can
pick
chop
every
and change.
week.
Yeah.
And then when you submit your score, you got to tick which which division your score is in.
Yep.
So if that score is in RX or in scale, I mean, there's been some mistakes on the leaderboard in the past where someone has actually just done a scaled version of the workout and smoked it, and they have like this crazy result, and then they tick RX just by mistake, and then they're on the top of the leaderboard for a while, and everyone's like,
beat him back Fraser.
yeah. Okay, so
submitting scores. Oh God.
Yeah, so while that's maybe another good point, do it straight away is my advice.
Yeah, so there's a bit of gamesmanship in the Open. So, and this answer is more so for the people that are being competitive. What happens is most people do the workout on a Friday or Saturday. The workouts don't have to be submitted until 11 a.m. Tuesday. So what a lot of people do is they don't submit their score until the very last minute. So you might be sitting at 10th on the leaderboard or something, and then at 10:59 on Tuesday, 200 people submit their score, and you go, and you drop down the leaderboard. And then what's happened in the years past as well is people try game it, and they post it late and they miss the deadline. So then their score doesn't count. So like what Kimbo just said then is like when you finish the workout, that night I recommend walking over, picking up your phone, submitting your score while it's fresh in your head, while you got the clipboard in there. And every year I get messages on the Sunday and the Monday night. What was my score again? What was my tie break? And like we flip through all the paperwork to try find their score and stuff. So you'd be doing me a huge favor if you just submit your score straight away.
Yeah, I like doing it just because then it's done. I'm moving on. Like then it's just getting ready for next week.
Yep.
Yeah, straight away. It's like it's different maybe if you're trying to qualify for something and you want to hold your score a bit and you got a top score in the world or whatever. But those days are long gone. No need to game it anymore. Okay. We've gone through it a little bit, but simple question. We might reiterate on this. How do I book in to do it? And I assume that's the it is the CrossFit Open.
I'm not sure what they meant by this question when they asked, but I wasn't sure if they meant like registration. So games.crossfit.com. You need to pick CrossFit Monavale as your affiliate, okay? So only CrossFit affiliates can compete in this. Ours isn't called the Mona Gym. It's called CrossFit Monavale. So go in, enter all your details, make sure otherwise you won't be connected to our gym. So you need to do that. And then what we were talking about before.
$20 US.
Yeah, $20 US. And what we were talking about before was how you book in with the heat. So that'll be through the Facebook community page. For anyone that's not on there that hasn't got Facebook, I know there's a couple of you, it will just have to text. I'll be texting them individually anyway.
Those 2 people.
And it's first in, best dressed. So I know people are very busy at work and stuff like that, but I highly recommend being close to your phone at around midday on Friday. That's about when we post. First in, best dressed.
And I'm also guessing, maybe just to clarify here, for the CrossFit Open Friday afternoon, you don't have to do anything with Zen Planner. Don't need to book through Zen Planner. Don't have to do anything like that.
No, we
maybe
can't.
what they mean.
Yeah, we can't really use it.
Yeah, so it's Facebook.
Yeah, we're not going to use Zen Planner. That's a good point, Kimbo.
Yep, cool. Okay.
And Jesse and I are going in the same heat. We said that earlier, didn't we? We said that that's the only fair way to do it.
Is this the first heat or is this going to be a later heat?
It won't be the first one because obviously I'm trying to help everyone. Yeah. So it won't be the first heat, but we'll just go when we can.
Yeah.
When the crowd's at its biggest.
So there'll be someone collecting $10 spectator fees at the entrance.
We'll sell tickets for sure.
Okay, we've answered this, but I'll go through it again, or Sean, you'll go through it again. Is there still a Friday class?
Yeah, there's no Friday class. Logistically, we cannot do it. Yep. So like I said before, if you do train Fridays and you want to, and you can come in and just do the workout.
Yeah, come in and just train. You can, but there's no class.
You can, but there's no class, and there's probably going to be no space. So I recommend just paying the $20 for the 3 weeks and getting a spot.
And there's probably nothing on Zen Planner for Friday afternoon then.
No,
it's probably
we've-
just going to be
yeah.
empty. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Time frame on Friday. We've gone through that as well. 4 till 7. Yep.
Roughly.
Yep. What's your ideal time to do this workout?
Yeah, what
Jesse?
are you thinking? I was just thinking that.
Ideal time? Probably around 5:30 or 6.
Okay, right in the middle.
Yeah. Peak.
Peak crowd.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Pump us up. I do better in front of people.
Are you just going to watch Matt?
Well, we'll go early then. When there's no one here.
Just watch Matt forward score first, and then.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully we can avoid being in his heat.
We are not going in his heat. I'm gonna say it now. I reckon Matt Ford comes first in every workout in the gym.
Oh, easy.
First overall, and no one will get him on a workout this year.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, who?
Well, yeah, I'm going with that.
Yeah.
I got Matty picked as first. Matty Cav might.
What workout will Matty Cav beat Matty Ford in?
Power snatch double under. You know that Matty Cav's got
the light power
yeah,
snatch.
light power snatch. It's like 75-pound power snatch,
Yeah.
double under.
Yeah, light version.
But
Okay. Social events. What's going on there? I don't know if that's a question.
no, that was a reminder for myself to say this. So week 1, we're not going to actually do anything because it is like we just want everyone to get a feel of what it's like. Week 2, what we'll do is we want everyone to bring their kids and their partners and stuff like that. So week 2 would be a bit more of a social event. We're going to order pizzas for everyone, so there'll be food and there'll be beers here. There will be beers on the first Friday night as well, but just so everyone gets in the vibe. And then the 3rd week of the Open, the last week of the Open, we do a dress up. So you come in dressed up. This year's theme is Burning Man.
Oh my
So
God.
yeah, so Burning Man's.
Well, Buster's done that every year.
There is some classic photos over the years, and in case you're worried, like everyone takes the dress up if you can't go overboard in this gym pretty much. So like, don't be scared to really get into it. But you got.
Will there be kids there? That's an important question.
Actually, that's a very important question.
Because Buster's costumes were not kid
They
friendly.
were not kid friendly.
R-rated.
They weren't adult friendly.
That's true.
Yeah, maybe you can go overboard. Yeah, there will be kids around potentially. So maybe yeah.
Keep it PG at least to a certain degree.
Keep it M-rated.
Yeah.
Nothing over M-rated.
Don't do anything illegal.
And as well, this is a bit of a heads up. There's the Open, even though it started to sneak back into the gym, you can actually take your shirt off, the guys, in the Open.
Oh, controversial.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's big thing for us. So you can actually train with your shirt off. So I know that was a turning point for a few people. So that might bring some crowds.
Watch your registrations. There you go.
Jesse will just train a stringlet anyway, so it's like, it doesn't matter.
You
for
got to
him.
have an outfit, new outfit.
Yeah.
New outfit for sure.
It's on order.
Have you bought anything new for the Open? Not necessarily just for the Open, but like new training stuff, just to get ready for the Open in the back of your head. Shoes,
I got new
grips?
shoes a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, what'd you
Got
get?
The new X1 Nanos. Is that what they're called?
Yeah,
Newest Reeboks, yeah.
Yeah, really comfortable, man. Best ones I reckon they've made.
Best shoes to date.
Yeah.
5% improvement in workouts after that.
I'd
that
say at
purchase?
least 15.
15?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I would say
Skyrocketing.
15% today.
But no, they're really good. And I just got all the different bits and pieces, like the belt, got the hand wraps, wrist wraps, all that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. I've got them over the last sort of 6 or 8 weeks and been training with them and using them, and it's made a big difference.
You're all over it.
Oh, yeah.
All over it.
All the gear, no idea.
All the gear, a little bit more idea, I reckon. Jesse's looking good going in. Jesse's looking good. Do you think you're going to win?
We should start taking bets for this battle.
Yeah, we need
between
to have
the
some
two.
sort of arrangement.
Well, I said whoever loses shaves their head.
Yeah, I know. But I don't think you take as much care of your hair.
I don't. And that's why I recommended that. But have you got anything you want to put out there?
How?
Someone said a tattoo. I thought that was probably a bit much, though.
Tattoo of each other's name? Is that overboard? I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh.
Jesse can't get away with it and say it's like an ex-missus or something. Sion on you, I reckon that's a little bit harder to explain.
Be like religious or something. I don't know.
That's right.
A Greek god.
Yeah, that's right. My coach.
That'd be a terrible explanation. All right, moving on here. I don't know what question this is. Facebook comment questions.
Oh, that was a reminder as well.
Okay.
We should have spoken about that before. Sorry. I was actually just saying, it was like, I get about 100 questions a week just on the open and like all the different variations and some things I don't even think about, some really good questions. And then I posted that Facebook comment saying, the post saying, hey guys, just write all your comments down below. And I think the only question we got was like, how does Jesse keep his legs so smooth? So maybe you want to let him know.
Well, every Sunday today is shaving day.
Sundays.
Sunday's a shaving day. You know, usually I'd be doing it probably now after I train, but so I'll do it when I get home. You know, it's good. It's about 20 minutes it takes. It's not too long, once a week.
20 minutes?
Full body.
What, neck down?
Yeah, neck down.
How many razor blades do you go through a month?
I get the girls' ones, the Venus 4 blade. They got two big, like, soft bits either end, so you can't cut yourself. It's foolproof. And you go through one a week. So it costs 20... It's like $20 a month in razors. It's not too bad, you know. So it's good. It's quite...
Wow, that's a lot of work.
Why don't you get laser?
I did try once, but the day I went in, I was sunburnt, and they said you can't have sun exposure, and then it was just too much, so I didn't go back, but I will. And then you can't have it over tattoos, so I can only get half the body done. So you get into a rhythm with the shaving. It's good. It's meditative.
It's like a bit of a ritual for you.
I can run a class if anybody wants to book it.
Workshop.
Probably a bit R-rated. Just the technique.
I have so many follow-up questions, but I don't know if I want to put them on here. I can imagine there's a few questions just floating around people's
heads. It's like the moisturising schedule afterwards.
You might get some DMs after this.
Do you exfoliate?
No, not too much.
No. Are you going to shave before the Open?
No, you got to keep
shirt
shirt
off.
routine
That's
the
Fridays.
same.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. He'll be at his hairiest by the time in the Open workout.
Well, it's something I might have to change routine
Might
a
have
little
to
bit.
change his schedule
How about
around.
you just shave while you're watching the Open announcement? Sounds like a nice Friday morning.
I might get waxed.
Man, I've been waxed. I wouldn't recommend that.
Maybe that could be the bet. Whoever loses, full body wax.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Let me absorb
That's
that.
awesome.
Hold on.
That's awesome.
That's good.
I will film it.
It's not too detrimental, you know.
Like leg wax.
Full body, like
I got
back and sack, the full
Oh,
wax.
full wax.
Yeah, man. You don't want to go half-assed with these sort of things. I don't think, anyway.
Have you done that?
It'll save me a week in razor expense. Or probably a month.
Jesse sounds like happy to lose
I
this.
know. So
still
we've gone from cutting the hair on our heads to all the hair below our waist.
That'd be still be painful for you. Forearms, legs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Actually,
like
I've had
it
it hurts, but it's, you know.
Jesse will just be
Just
like,
don't lose.
whatever.
Have you got you're fairly hairy.
Yeah, quite hairy. From all
So
the
you,
shaving too makes it
okay,
worse.
so if you lose Jesse, you'll have to let it grow for 3 weeks
Okay.
and then get waxed.
Deal.
That'd be fairer. Because that'll
It'll be a long 3 weeks, geez. Like it's coming into winter, I can cover up.
You like Chewbacca by time. Who's the new hairy guy? All right, so the loser does
Full body wax.
full body wax,
Neck down.
and
This is great.
It's on.
oh shit! And Kimbo will film it. Yeah, Kimbo will
We should
film
get someone
it.
to come into the gym.
Yeah, we'll get a beautician to come in
Done.
here, and we'll get a full body wax in
Done.
here.
Done.
Oh my god!
So that's the Friday, the last to open. We'll
That's
know by
good.
then.
I'm happy with that.
I feel sick
So what?
thinking about that.
So we got to clarify something. Is it the winner on the? Is it whoever's highest on the gym leaderboard, or is the Australia leaderboard?
We actually haven't spoke about this.
That's important because that can be different.
I was thinking because it's 3 weeks, it's literally just like me versus him. So we get
so
I'm
1-2, 1-2,
yeah, because it's going to be
2-1,
2-1 to someone
Okay.
or 3.
Okay.
Like there's no way there can be a draw.
Yeah. Okay. So you get 1 point if you beat the other person.
Yeah, yeah,
You get
yeah.
2 points if you lose. Whoever's with the least amount of points.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But that could be a draw at the end, though.
No. 1 point, 0 point.
Oh, zero.
Winner gets 1
and zero.
point,
Okay.
loser gets 0.
Okay.
So it's going to end up 2-1 or 3 low.
So whoever's got the most points.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think because then on the leaderboard you could have a blowout. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you have a blowout in the gym on one workout.
Well, that's I like this. This is way more exciting.
Yeah.
Way more exciting. Same heat. It's on.
Same heat, 3 back sacking. Back. Oh god.
I think it'll suit you, bro.
Should call sports bet and let people bet on this.
Open it up.
Put it up there.
Wait, are you backing yourself?
Oh, yeah.
100%.
I'm going in strong.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to war here.
I've had the worst lead up into
Who's
this.
winning with training sessions when you guys are training together?
Today, Sean won.
We've got to. Every time we train together, the loser has to pack up all the gear, and the winner just gets to watch.
So Jesse's packing up a lot.
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
The things
I've
that
been
really slow
packing
me
up. I've
down,
been
it's
packing
the
up.
technical stuff like the muscle
Yeah,
ups and the
pull-up
pull-ups and
bar, hey?
things.
Yeah.
That gets me, and I just fall behind. So if that comes up, hopefully there's another one where it's more, they aren't so involved. and we
Yeah,
can compete.
like a deadlift, burpee, lunge, or something like that. Jesse's got me on something like that. But if we throw in there the total bar, you probably got me. But like a chest to bar or bar muscle up, I'll probably have you on that. Yeah, it's going to be tight.
Okay, well, this is a great timing then to bring up the most important question of the whole podcast. This has kind of gone a little bit astray, but super important question. What's your guess for the workout in week number 1?
Oh, yeah. You can go.
Guess
Yeah.
for the
What do you
workout.
think?
So this
Yeah.
would be a very uneducated guess.
Hey, that's the same for all of
Mate,
us.
everyone's got the same chance of guessing it here.
No one ever gets the week 1 right, that's for sure.
I'm thinking it's going to be something like burpee, box jump, lunge. You know, high volume.
Burpee, box jump in one movement,
Yeah.
or burpees and box jumps?
Well, good question. Let's say, let's separate them. Burpees,
Okay.
individual,
And then
box
box
jumps,
jumps, and then like
maybe
a
box jump
dumbbell
overs, and then like
lunge?
lunges.
Okay, with a dumbbell.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
time frame?
Time frame, 20-minute AMRAP.
Oh my God.
What do you reckon?
I hope you're wrong.
Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking because
Wow.
they're pretty simple, but that will really wean out the fitness of people. Do you know what I mean? Because that's going to be that'll be a long slog.
That sounds like torture.
Sean?
Mind you, I don't know how they work.
I'm going to say ascending deadlift ladder.
Ascending deadlift ladder,
Yeah, so
right?
the deadlift ladder will go up in weight. So it'll be like 95, 135, 185, 225
For men, yeah.
for men.
Yeah.
And then it'll be burpee over
The bar?
and double unders.
Ooh.
That's my guess. But only the
Ooh.
only
I don't
the
think it would
barbell
start at
ascends.
95 though. Probably say
95 's pretty
135.
Yeah, maybe 135, 185, 225.
Yeah.
I reckon they'll
Maybe
go
even
over.
heavier.
I reckon they're going to go over 225 this year because of COVID and everyone doing it at home. Because you just need sort of says you just need a set of plates.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's going to be like 275 stuff or anything like that this year. That's my
So
my
that
guess.
also means you don't think there's going to be a max lift.
No, I don't. I think a lot of people think there's going to be, but I don't think they'll do it. I think they'll do that in the Open 2.0.
Time frame?
12 minutes.
12 minutes.
12 minutes, yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
So no pull-up bars. Your guesses on that in week 1.
Yeah, I reckon it's going to be a little bit more all-inclusive week 1. Get everyone up. Get everyone like really positive and like something that people can just keep moving on. And then week 2, they'll cut your dreams in half.
Slap you in the face.
Yeah.
Wow,
Week 1,
so-
everyone be high-fiving and patting each other on the back. Week 2, they'll be swearing in tantrums. That's my guess.
Okay, so if
Yours?
my guess.
Thrust a burpee. That's what Kimbo wants.
Yes.
Well, what I think is going to happen, what I want is 2 different things. But I think I usually look at it the other way. I always start with a time frame. I think the first one is going to be quite long. I agree with Jesse, like close to 20 minutes. Like just a dreadful one. Maybe, so I should say maybe 20 is the longest we've had, yeah?
20 is the longest. Well, other than
except
for
the
time,
frame,
yeah.
I'd say 18-minute AMRAP, 3 movements, triplet. I'm going to say a 115 power clean for guys, box jumps, and toes to bar.
I reckon I'll
Wait,
beat
have
on
we
that.
have we had similar?
Yeah. Just think,
I was gonna be my next question. If Jesse's right, who wins that workout?
Jesse wins that one. 20 minutes with lunge, box jump, burpee. Jesse wins that. 100%.
Sean. Oh, actually, we've got the dumbbell. It could be. Yeah. Anyway, if Sean's right, if that's hit the right guess for the workout, who wins that one?
I'd quite like that workout too.
Yeah.
But
12
Sean's
minutes.
great on the double unders.
Yeah.
How's your
say,
double unders?
Okay, not get 100. I break a few times.
Okay.
We're
But
trying
then
to
you
sort
don't
it out.
lose too much time though if you just
No.
break like a couple of times. That's
No.
like, you lose, 10 seconds all up.
Mm.
You get that back somewhere else.
Your one, the power clean one, that'd be close. Because
Yeah.
of the total bar. That'd be a good workout.
Yeah.
I'm nervous. I wasn't nervous until we brought up the waxing thing.
Oh, really? Good. Got some skin in the game.
Aha.
Makes it a lot more
Very
interesting.
good.
All right. Any other questions? What have we missed there? I think that was the ones you sent me. What else is?
Okay, is there anything from and that's why I sort of wanted you on here, Jesse. Anything from your end that like you're uncertain on, or
I was thinking things that you guys use mentally when you're actually in a workout. And it's, you know, because I notice some days, and I can't pick it, maybe it's when I'm stressed or tired or overtrained or something. Some days mentally I can just sort of focus on something else and push through the pain of the workout, and it gets better, you know, and I enjoy it, and I just sort of switch off.
Get that second wind.
Yeah, well, other times it's like, I hate this, and I actually feel angry that I'm having to do it. And I wonder if there's like, you know, I don't want to feel like that. I really want to try to avoid that in the open, you know.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if there's certain cues or triggers, places you go mentally when you're actually in the workout, or things you can.
I think the atmosphere here is going to help you.
Yeah.
I think if you get angry during the workout here on a Friday, that really comes back to what Sean's been saying a lot. It's like you got to look at the reasons for why you're here and why you're doing it. I don't think I've ever been angry during an open workout. And I also know, I think going in with the right expectations of what the workout is and your level, if we get a similar workout to what Sean said, whereas an ascending deadlift ladder, and let's say it gets heavier than what he said, I just know that's just not going to be me, and I'm not going to come in here and break any records or even do well for what I'm at. I just want to be able to walk normally the next day. So I'm happy just to kind of cruise that. But if you're competing really hard and you know that you want to, you know, push through all of that, even then you got to think about, okay, what was my skill level before I came into this? Like, I'm not going to move 315 pounds for reps at a deadlift here at any pace at all. So I know that beforehand going in. And if that's the workout, then you got to, have the level of expectations and reality. It's like pretty helpful, I think. Sean?
And well, I think everyone has their bad days as well. Like you look at some of the best tennis players in the world, you know what I mean? Novak Djokovic and stuff like that. They go out there and they have really bad days, and they do this for a living. You know what I mean? So they can show up to a Grand Slam final and be absolutely terrible on that day, and they've had perfect lead up, perfect nutrition, everything. Like sometimes you just have those days. And there's no mental strength or cue that gets you through that. And that's why the like repeat champions in sports are like so impressive, because they don't have, when they do have those slip ups, they're still good enough to sort of be the best. But like, I think everyone has their bad days. You just pray it's not on one of the next 3 Fridays that you do that. But back to Kimbo's point as well, like you don't get rewarded for the work you haven't done. So, and like why I say that is a lot of people, when there might be a bar muscle up in there, or there might be a heavier deadlift or a heavier snatch or something like that, if you've been avoiding those movements because you don't enjoy them for 12 months and they come up, like you've really got to understand that you're not going to just all of a sudden be able to do it. So like, I think to go back to what Kimbo said, like having the expectations in the workout of what you're actually capable of, not what you want.
Or not what the next person next to you does.
Not what the next person does, because they might have put in a hell of a lot more work than you. You know what I mean? So you got to sort of take all that into consideration. I definitely think going into a workout, having a bit of an idea of where you think you're going to get to, because if you go further, like a lot further than that, you understand that you've done really well for yourself. Whereas if you go in blind, you do the workout and you finish, and then someone else beats it, and you go, do you know what I mean? I wish I just went harder. And it's like, well, you only thought you were going to get 2 rounds and you got 3.
You actually did well, but
but then Matty Ford goes out and does 7 rounds, and you go, oh, fuck, I didn't do very well. And it's like, well, no, you did really well for you. So that's all sort of post-workout as well. I think that's when most people start to feel that. The next 3 Fridays with a crowd, with the music, with the atmosphere, I don't think those demons of being like angry in workouts, they just don't come in on a competition floor, which a lot of people haven't been on a competition floor in a long time. Have you been on a competition floor in a long time?
No.
Yeah. And that's why we encourage so many people to do this, because as we get older, we get like in high school and stuff, you have your sports days, you know, in your athletics carnivals, your swim carnivals, stuff like that. And kids dread it, they get anxious for it, but it's really good for you to feel that as well. So I think going back onto a competition floor, you're a different person on there. Like it's exciting. Yeah.
What's next after something like this? So we do the Open, it's a big hype, we all get really fit for it, and then, you know, what's the next thing we can look forward to sort of competing or going for?
Mate, the best thing this does for people, in my opinion, is gives them clarity on their training. Because people for the last, and we haven't had an Open for 18 months, and the Open, why it helps us in here is that people might go, like, oh, maybe I do want to learn that skill. Like, maybe I do want to hone in on my Olympic weightlifting. Oh, maybe I do want to get better at gymnastics. It gives you a really clear idea. Oh, shit, I'm not as cardiovascular fit as I thought. Maybe FSC is a better option for me. You know what I mean? I think using this gives you clarity of your training for the next 6 months. There's definitely now, with the COVID restrictions easing, there's heaps more games days coming up, which we've sort of not really participated in for the last 18 months or 2 years, but I plan on picking the ones that I know that are really high quality and going to a few of those. So what's next is like having some real clarity on where you're at with your training, and you can actually sit down and go, this is what I want the next 6 months to be my focus on. And it might be cardiovascular fitness, might be Olympic weightlifting, gymnastics, something like that. So it'll probably just give you some clarity for your training.
Yeah, and some people here would probably qualify to the next stages. Someone like Buster or So there's kind of an ongoing. This is like just the first stage, I guess, for the people that really want to compete at a high level.
How old are you, Jesse?
33.
Yeah, that's something as well. The Masters in CrossFit starts at 35, so obviously you're too young. But for everyone else, 35 to 39 is the first Masters age bracket, so you can actually rank in your age divisions as well. You're in the Open, so it's you versus everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then I was just going to say, well, you got 2 years to keep training, get better. But then actually that first Masters group is horrific as well. There's so many good people there.
It's a freak division. Freak division.
And especially if the sport is kind of getting a second boost now with all these changes, it's probably going to be even, way, way harder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. What else? Any other questions?
No, I feel like I covered most. I'm going to obviously get more questions. I would say like this, I don't like to push people to enter too early in case things happen and you've got to go on trip. Like you're 4 days out by the time this podcast comes out. Do us a favor, please. If you plan on doing it, enter it so we know what numbers we have. Yep. There is nothing worse for Tash and I setting up heats when people enter last minute and we got 10 extra people that we've got to try fit in. Yeah. So like do us a favor. If you plan on doing the next 3 Friday nights, please enter as soon as possible. So when the workout comes out on Friday, we've got a clear idea on how many people we need to judge.
Wednesday at the latest.
Please.
Yep. Oh, we might do this question again. Judges course.
Don't do it. I think everyone that needs to have done it has done it by now, and I've spoke to them. So if you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. Yep, all good.
Yep.
I just thought of one thing. When you're talking about looking at a workout, you get the workout that comes out, and Sean's always telling me, so what do you think? How should you break up this workout? And I look at it and I think,
question.
May as well be like, I got no idea. Like it's
okay,
just
so
run in and give it a crack.
Let me ask you this. Okay, so let's say we have a workout here. Let's kind of give an example. Let's say it's a triplet, like I said, and the movements are, let's go 15, 15, 15. And it's power clean, box jumps, and toes to bar. Let's ask Jesse first. How would you plan that out for, let's say, 18 minutes? How would you break that up?
Well, I'm thinking the barbell's going to gas you a lot. For if you want to do them unbroken, you probably want to break them into twos, like 8 and 7 or something like that.
8 and 7, okay.
And then come in, do the box jumps, toes to bar, break up in however strong you are, break those up into threes.
And for you would do threes?
Yeah, with the toes to bar, and try to hold that.
So you got 1 rep scheme and you want to hold that through for 18 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, because I think with the power cleans, you said there was power cleans, right?
Yep. 115 power cleans. 115,
8 and 7 is probably not going to be too soul destroying, but it depends how quickly it turns over as well. I never can think, it's going to be 30 seconds and 20 seconds and that's a minute and you're going to do 15 rounds. I often don't know how long each one is going to take. I can't conceptualize that. So. And
before I ask Sean, which muscle group do you think is going to fatigue?
Which muscle group is going to fatigue the quickest? It's going to be the toes to bar.
But what part of your body is going to let you down on that?
Was that your hips, your hands?
Yeah.
Grip?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Sean, what's your assessment of this game plan?
So like the way I approach workouts is I just look at like my strength and my weakness. So in that workout there, my toes to bar is going to be the biggest weakness in there. I think a big misconception what people do is they go, all right, my strength is the barbell, my weakness is the toe to bar. I'm going to go really hard on the barbell because I'm strong at it. So then I've got more time to spend on my weakness, as in like I'm going to make up time. And that is probably the biggest error I see people do, because when you go really hard on your strength, it makes your weakness weaker. Because what you're doing is you're gassing yourself on your strength because you're good at it, But then when you step into your toe to bar, you're at your worst because you've just gone so hard on that barbell. Like doing an 8-7, I can assure you in that workout, I'm not doing an 8-7. I'm doing singles from the get-go.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be killing your grip real quick.
Yeah, so like the way I would look at that workout is like, right, I'm going to really struggle on this toe to bar. Let's not rush there. Let's get there feeling really good. So I would then take the barbell quite easy, even though it's my strength, and I'll just be like conserving energy on the box. I would probably just move really like one like boring pace is how I picture it in my head. Up, breath, down, like that. And then when I get to the toe to bar, I'm like, I'm weak here. Like, let's make sure I'm working hard here and I can rest on the barbell because I'm strong on the barbell. So then I'd work hard on the toe to bar. Do you know what I mean? Not necessarily go like max effort, but just make sure that that's the hard part for me in the workout. Push the envelope a little bit, get back to the barbell. I'm back at my strength. Here we go. Single. So I think that's a bit of a tip for everyone is when you see a workout, you know roughly what you're strong and what you're weak at. Don't go try and annihilate your strength because it makes your weaker movements much harder to get through.
That's interesting. So I want to take it the other way because you try to make up the time on the ones you're strong with.
Yeah. You imagine walking over to those toes to bar, breathing heavy after a big set of power cleans, and you know it's your weakest movement. You don't go, here we go. You go, oh, fuck.
And also let's say after halfway through that workout, 9 minutes, your grip is probably going to start going a fair bit on the toaster bar, and the movement after the toaster bar again is the power clean. So then you're smoking your grip a little bit on the toaster bar, and then you come back and you're going to do 8 power cleans unbroken. That's surprisingly probably going to hurt a lot, even though it might be a light weight for you, because 8 reps when you're fatigued is a decent amount.
Yeah.
But what I did like is like you had the descending numbers of breakup, because a lot of people would say, oh, I'm going to do 5-5-5 the whole workout. That's probably the first kind of beginner error. And I like the descending number. I do that all the time. But then I also have 18 minutes. You got to look at the time frame. It's probably not going to be the exact same numbers all the time. You're going to have to maybe speed up a little bit in the end, or you're going to have to like adjust a little bit if something starts to go. Like, it's good to have a backup plan, because during an 18-minute workout, probably your A plan might change often. Yeah.
It's funny. I'm glad you asked this question, because we think about this, and I think it comes down to your training age. So when I say training age, it's like how long you've been around this, and
how many open announcements you watched.
How many competitions have you done? How many times have you actually thought about your workout rather than going into it like a pit bull on a leash? You take the leash off and like you just hit it, which is what you were sort of, when we first started training together, I was like, watch you go at the start, and I was like, holy shit, I hope he doesn't hold that. I'm in trouble if he holds that pace. But it does come down to your training age and understanding like where you're at as well. And this is back to what I was saying before, this Open will give people clarity on that. They will see Kimbo is, you got front runners, people that like to get out in front, and I would say like a Larry and a Zeneca like that. They like to get out in front and they like to stay in front. They like someone sort of behind them. Kimbo can fall 4 rounds behind in a workout and somehow beat you by 6 rounds in the last 4 minutes. It is infuriating. So he likes to really pace, but Kimbo will finish every workout quicker than he starts it, and he lulls you in, especially when you're competing against him, which we've done numerous times over the years. He just lulls you into this false sense of that you're ahead of him. Yeah. I'm thinking back to Schwartz in like 20. Kimbo smoked me.
But it depends on the workout. So that's like, because if it's an 18-minute workout, that's definitely how I like to approach it. Start slow and like keep increasing, and I'm decent at that. But then on the flip side, something that's really hard for me is like if it's a 6-minute workout and there's like a light power snatch and double unders, like, because then you have to start hard if you want to get a good score, and then you got to maintain that pace for 6 minutes, which is rough. So because you can't start too slow in that, because then you don't have enough time. So it depends on the workouts. Yeah. And that's, like I said before, often people, when they watch an Open announcement, they look at the movements and they're like, oh, I'm good at this, I'm good at that, I'm bad at this movement. That's how they game it. But like I mentioned, I look at the time frame, and then it's like, okay, this is like a good time frame for me. I like a longer workout, or if it's a bad time frame, and then I gauge my plan around the movements after that, because it is very, very different. Yeah. And they specifically try and give a variety of time frames in the Open. So some weeks is going to be good for you, and some weeks are going to be not so good for you.
Hopefully 2 are not so good for you.
Yeah, this year it's a little bit different because it's only 3. But yeah,
That's right.
And just to give everyone an idea as well, we on the Friday when we announce the heats, we actually do a video and we talk about the workout and what we think is like a good way to approach it and some scaling options and stuff like that. So like if you haven't got a 115, if your max power clean is a 135 and the workout's at 115, we'd probably recommend you scale it. Like we put out a video on that, and we also put a video of a warm up. So how to come in and warm up, because we cannot warm everyone up, and it's something that people definitely underdo. Like they don't do their warm up hard enough because they're like trying to save it to go into it. Whereas if you think to the last however many years you've been training with us, before you hit a workout, you've done like a thorough warm up. You've probably done a couplet or a triplet in a strength piece. You've squatted heavy, like your central nervous system is alight, like you're ready to go. Then you hit a workout. Whereas what happens on a Friday in the open when we leave the warm ups to people is they come in and they do a couple like shoulder
or they just
TheraBands.
do the actual movement twice.
Yeah. They like hit 2 thrusters and they're like, yeah, I'm ready. And it's like, all right, your central nerve. So we actually, with the warm-ups, you'll come in and it's like a mini workout. We'll give you an EMOM or something like that, but you want to be stepping in there like sweating.
Yeah, that's
ready
such a
to
good
go.
point.
Yeah.
Sweat at the end of the warm-up. If
Yeah.
you're not sweating, you're in trouble.
And you want your heart rate up.
Especially if it's a 6-minute workout.
Yeah,
like we said,
yeah,
again, it's probably a little bit different to an 18-minute workout, because then if it's lightweight and you don't have to get too prepped for the movements, then you kind of warm up a little bit during the workout. But yeah, you should be sweating a little bit beforehand.
We'll write warm-ups for you so you know what to do beforehand.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll write yours specifically.
Yeah, sure you will.
No
Ask
sweat,
Tash and
yeah.
Kimbo.
Just go and walk around the block, you'll be all right.
Ice bath immediately prior.
Eat heaps.
All right, guys. I think that's a good place to wrap it up. Make sure you do your warm up and be sweating. And enough talking this week. It's all action.
Fight week.
It's on.
Good luck, bro.
Good luck,
Good
brother.
luck, everyone. See ya.
Thanks,
Cheers,
Kimbo.
bye.
To watch more videos like this, you can click the next one right up here. And if you want to subscribe, click the link down here.